Ladies and gentlemen, a Michigan lawmaker criticized Rudy Giuliani over the voter fraud claims he was making. And now she is getting racist threats and lynching threats from Trump supporters. You know, these good old Americans and real Americans and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, them. So this is December 8th, 2020. Mm-mm-mm. Hours after a Michigan state rep, Cynthia A. Johnson, blasted Republicans for inviting Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, to hold a hearing last week with supposed witnesses of voter fraud, the Democratic lawmaker's phone began ringing nonstop. Over 2 days, Johnson, who is Black, received nearly 100 calls from angry Trump supporters, according to a Facebook post, with 10 screenshots of incoming calls, which she has called a sampling. She's been doxxed, she said, and now her harshest critics had a direct line to aim their racist attacks. So one said, "You should be swinging from an effing rope, you Democrat," one woman said in a voicemail laced with racial slurs, according to Johnson's Facebook post, linked to a recording of the message. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer condemned the harassment on Monday, calling it not acceptable. Hate and violence have no place in Michigan, Whitmer said at a news conference. I wish y'all would stop saying that mess, because at the end of the day, this stuff will continue to go on. You don't do enough about it. That's why it keeps happening. Adding, Michigan's residents should move on from the election won by President elect Joe Biden a month ago. Politicians and election officials in Michigan have faced increasingly heated attacks since Biden carried the state with more than 154,000 votes. On Saturday, 24 armed protesters surrounded the home of Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, alleging Benson had ignored widespread voter fraud, a baseless claim that has repeatedly been rejected in court. Last week, Michigan General Attorney Dana Nessel opened an investigation into threats made against members of the Wayne County Board of Canvassers, which certified vote key to Biden's win over objections from the White House. Elected officials in other states, including Georgia, Vermont, and Arizona, have also seen an onslaught of threats. Well, then, if you see these threats, my question is, what are y'all doing about the threats? What are you doing? Because, it's fairly easy to trace a call from a cell phone. All right. In an impassioned speech on December 1st, Gabriel Sterling, a top GOP election official in Georgia, warned that Trump's continued undermining of the election and verbal attacks are fueling the violence and putting staff at risk. Someone is going to get hurt, Sterling said. Someone's going to get shot. Someone's going to get killed. Johnson said her harassment was probably triggered by her appearance at the Michigan House Oversight Committee hearing on Wednesday, where she openly criticized witnesses making unsubstantiated claims that the election was fraudulent. "You're allowing people to come in here and lie," Johnson, who is a minority vice chair of the committee, said at the hearing to the committee chair, Matt Hall. "And I know they're lying." The event was one of several set up by Giuliani during his 5-day tour of Arizona, Georgia, and Michigan. all states that Trump campaign claims without evidence stole his victory by means of rampant voter fraud. Judges in 6 states, including Michigan, have ruled repeatedly that Trump's attorneys haven't proven their case. In the days after the hearing, Johnson said she was flooded with threatening and racist phone calls, emails, texts, and Facebook messages. In one email, which Johnson posted on Facebook, a man used the N word and called her a dumb, corrupt monkey. A woman on Facebook called Johnson a crackhead and told her to jump off a bridge. A man threatened the state representative. They're they are coming for you. You know, she should be able to go after these people. She should. She should be able to easily go after them. If they did this on a phone or on a computer, she should easily be able to track these people down. So, after sharing some of the abusive messages with her colleagues over the weekend, at least one Republican colleague appeared unmoved. And see, people like this are reckless. They'll do this directly off of their phone and think, oh, they won't do nothing to me. Because, this is the general attitude of many people that do this kind of stuff. Republican State Rep Mary Whiteford emailed Johnson on Sunday, taking issue with her sharing the images of her threats and condemning her heartless request of a witness to spell her name at the hearing. No, it wasn't wrong for her to do that. She has every right to post that evidence on social media. So, no, Mary Whiteford, you're wrong. I understand why you would share this with me and other representatives, Cynthia. Whiteford wrote, by the way, I am shocked that you had that poor woman spell out her name during the hearing. You put her life at risk from spelling her name. Who voted Mary Whiteford in? Spelling your name puts your life at risk? Oh, y'all vote some stupid ass people into office. Spelling your name put your life at risk. The only thing y'all need to do is get rid of Whiteford. She sounds like an idiot. I am praying for you to have compassion for those that you disagree with. We don't have to do that. Who said that you have to have compassion with everybody that disagree with you? Those people that disagree with you, they don't have no compassion for you. Now you can see why these things happening. Look at the example of a rep like Mary Whiteford. This woman sounds like she sounds like she ain't no damn good. Okay, so she pretty much stood by the critics of Johnson and the ones that are hurling racist threats to her and talking about lynching her. This Mary Whiteford is standing by those folks. So much for that. Johnson has continued to update her personal and official Facebook pages with the names, phone numbers, and profiles of people she says sent her harassing messages. Most of the calls Johnson received come from other states, including New York, Georgia, California, Nevada, Illinois, and Minnesota. New call attempts to my personal phone, Johnson wrote on Sunday, referring to screenshots of nearly 80 unanswered phone calls. If a message was left, I'll make them famous. So she's posting anything they send online. She went on to post a handful of racist and profanity laced voicemails. So, they do have a link in this article, y'all, but I can't post that kind of stuff on YouTube. You know how YouTube is. These overly sensitive people out here. Okay, in a Facebook live video on Monday, Johnson said she was astonished at the level of vitriol she received. Can you believe so many people would be so filled with hate? Yes, Mary, they've been, not Mary, but Cynthia, they've been filled with hate for 500 years. What makes you think you're not going to see it now? The lawmaker who represents Detroit added that she's not worried going underground or changing her phone number. I ain't doing none of that. This is what Cynthia's saying. She's saying she ain't changing her phone number. She ain't going underground. She ain't doing none of that. But we are going to change some. She said we are going to change some shit that's been going on in the city of Detroit, and things that have happened to our people and to our community. So look like this woman ain't stupid. She's smart. She has taken everything, every voicemail, every text message, every email, and she's posting it out on Facebook for the world to see. But you know what? These people have always been this way, and they're going to be like this for the next 4 years, whining something was stolen, and just completely ignore the fact that every single court they walked in with this claim got thrown out. Okay. And some of those courts had Republican judges in them, and they still threw this crap out. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.